Jesus Among Us, a short story set in the present day where a person goes about their daily life, encountering people who seem to embody the qualities Jesus taught: kindness, humility, love, and sacrifice. The protagonist begins to realize that Jesus might not have left the world. Instead, his spirit continues to influence the lives of those around us. The sun was just beginning to rise over the city as artist Chris made his way to his studio. The streets were quiet, bathed in the soft pink light of dawn, and Chris couldn't help but feel a sense of peace as he walked, his mind already beginning to buzz with ideas for his next painting. The familiar scent of coffee and pastries wafted from the corner bakery, and the sound of a street musician playing a soulful tune filled the air. Everything seemed serene and full of possibilities as Chris turned the key in the lock of the old building that housed his studio, ready to immerse himself in his art once again. As Chris worked on his latest piece, a portrait of an elderly homeless man he had met in the park, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. Despite the skillful brushstrokes and intricate details, the painting lacked the emotion and depth he yearned to capture. Frustrated, he took a break and decided to go for a walk to clear his head, hoping to find some inspiration in the world outside his studio. It was during this aimless stroll that he suddenly noticed a mural on the side of a building that stopped him in his tracks. The painting depicted Jesus surrounded by a diverse group of people, all of them smiling and reaching out in love and acceptance. Chris stood there, mesmerized by the vibrant colors and the palpable sense of joy that seemed to emanate from the mural. And in that moment, a spark of recognition ignited within him. Realization on Chris, as he continued his daily interactions with the people around him: the homeless man in the park who shared his meager meal with a stray cat, the young couple who offered a kind word and a helping hand to a stranger in need, the elderly neighbor who never failed to greet him with a warm smile and a listening ear. These moments of kindness, humility, and selflessness mirrored the teachings of Jesus in a way that was both subtle and profound. Chris began to see that perhaps Jesus was not a figure from the distant past, but a presence that lived on in the everyday actions of those who embodied his message of love and compassion. As Chris delved deeper into the meaning behind the mural and the ways in which Jesus' teachings could be translated into his art, he found himself embarking on a journey of self-discovery. Through his paintings, he sought to capture not just the physical likeness of his subjects, but the essence of their inner beauty and resilience. He started volunteering at a local shelter, using his art to bring moments of joy and inspiration to those in need. With each new experience, Chris felt a profound shift within himself, a reawakening of his purpose, and a deepening of his connection to the world around him. However, not everyone was supportive of Chris's newfound path. His agent, always eager for the next big sale, scoffed at his charitable endeavors and warned him of the dangers of straying from his true calling as an artist. Critics dismissed his recent works as sentimental and lacking in the edginess that had once defined his style. Even some of his friends questioned his motives, wondering if he was simply trying to ride the wave of a passing trend rather than staying true to his art. As the pressure mounted from all sides, Chris faced a crisis of confidence unlike any he had experienced before. Doubt crept in, whispering that perhaps he had been deluding himself all along, that he was not talented enough to make a real difference in the world. The prospect of failure loomed large in his mind, casting a shadow over the once bright vision of his future. It was in his darkest moment that a voice from his past, a mentor who had believed in him when no one else did, came back to him in a dream. "True art is not just about talent, Chris," the mentor's voice echoed in the darkness. "It is about heart. It is about finding the courage to share your gifts with the world, no matter the cost." In that moment of clarity, Chris realized that his art was not just a means of self-expression, but a way to touch the lives of others, to bring hope and healing where it was needed most. With renewed purpose and a fire burning in his soul, Chris set out to create his masterpiece, a transcendent work that would embody the spirit of Jesus among us. He poured his heart and soul into the painting, infusing it with all the love and compassion he had witnessed in the world around him. And when it was finally unveiled at a local art show, the response was nothing short of miraculous. People from all walks of life were moved to tears by the beauty and truth radiating from the canvas. Through his art, Chris had succeeded in capturing something truly divine, a glimpse of the infinite love that binds us all together. In the end, Chris realized that Jesus was not a figure confined to the pages of history, but a living presence that dwelled within each and every one of us. By opening his heart to the teachings of love, kindness, and sacrifice, Chris had not only transformed his art, but his entire life. He now walked through the world with a newfound sense of purpose and a deep gratitude for the moments of grace that surrounded him every day. And as he continued to create, inspired by the boundless wellspring of compassion that fueled his work, he knew that the Spirit of Jesus would always be there, guiding him on his journey of faith and creation. Thank you for watching this beautiful short story of Jesus among us.